hello, and welcome to episode 41 of Not Quite Nerds. 41 episodes. We've done more episodes than there are years in your lives.
But not yours.
Been there.
But not mine, no. We're not quite there yet. Not quite
But
there.
pretty soon, though. Pretty soon.
We're catching up pretty fast. I was thinking, I was like, I can't believe at some point we'll reach episode 52, and that'll be a whole year of us doing it. And wow,
it's a year of us speaking on a very frequent basis.
After many years of not speaking it on a very regular basis.
It's almost like the reason we started the podcast is working. Who would have believed? How crazy is that?
As we kind of realized before we started today, we're running out of things to talk about.
Well, that's not our fault. We'll blame. No, do you know what it is? Is we can't talk about things. We're structured around what you're watching at the moment.
Right.
We could be structured around multiple universes, but what we don't want to do is get so caught up that we have 5-hour episodes. Before I press record here, we talked about the Kevin Hart roast being, and I said it was 3 hours long. Like the Tom Brady one was 3 hours long. I mean, that's an excessive amount of time.
That's like Pearl Harbor, the movie.
I mean, the dais used to be like 6 comedians. Now the dais is like 15 people. I'm saying people because there's actors, there's sports stars, there's
Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady was there, right?
Tom Brady comes out at one point. Usher's there. Usher starts the whole show off. Lizzo does a piece.
None of this sounds entertaining.
It doesn't sound appealing, really. At all.
I never enjoyed a roast. I always thought it was just stupid. I found them funny. I don't understand the point of a celebrity roast. So the whole thing, you're just making it sound worse and worse and worse. And I mean, kind of reconfirming my belief.
There's a lot of short jokes. It's Kevin Hart's roast.
Oh, really? Short jokes for Kevin Hart? How original.
I know, right? What was it? Somebody said, I think it was Chelsea, as Shane Gillis named her, middle name penis handler. Says, I know that Kevin Hart's got a 41-inch vertical. I only know that because he kisses his wife on the lips.
Oh my God.
There's some good jokes in there. There's some good, really offensive jokes.
A handful.
Yeah.
Not 10. Let me guess. Besides short jokes, something about how he's the Rock's bitch and riding on his coattails.
No, there's lots of jokes. There's a comedian early on. I've not finished it. I'm only an hour into it. There's a comedian early on who he started his career with, who talks about how Kevin Hart still not invited him to be in a movie. He said, "Come and do the roast. It'll be good for your career." And he's like, "Bitch, where was my invite to ride along too?" Yeah. So there's lots of jokes about Kevin Hart doing really bad movies, not reading scripts.
He really hasn't done anything decent except for that movie with Bryan Cranston. I enjoyed that one.
Lots of jokes about his dad not being present in his life.
None of this sounds funny.
It is though. It is. I will say it is. It's all scripted clearly because Tom Brady's funny. But it's almost like Tom Brady had personality. Who would have guessed?
No one here.
No. I mean, I get it. When you're that elite, elite of a sports star, you don't have a personality, right? It's very rare that you get that because they're so focused on what they're doing. But the rest goes by the wayside.
Yeah.
Anyway, tangent number 1 out of the way. By this point, you should have drank at least 3 drinks. And we've not even got to the point where we've said, so Mallory, tell us about your Marvel Madness.
Marvel Madness.
So I'm now up to, I finished What If season 1, which I had watched partially previously, but I'd never finished season 1.
Okay.
I finally finished it. I've just started What If season 2, but we can save that. So I'm now through number 97.
97. Yeah, I just updated the sheet. That's
pretty good.
You're doing pretty damn good there, Mal. Yeah. So what do you think? What did you think of? It's been so long.
Actually, go off on a tangent before we talk about What If.
Okay. That's not like us.
What?
That's not like us.
I know. I know I texted you guys about this. Luch completely ignored it. But I was talking about this to a friend of mine. He thinks, I told him how I'm up to 97. I'm so proud of myself. And he's like, well, it's an incomplete list, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
He thinks I need that Hulk movie I text you guys about.
yeah, Eric Bana's Hulk.
Yeah. And
I mean,
Matt, you say it's not MCU.
It's not MCU.
It's not MCU.
But so that's what I said. I was like, the boys said it's not. And he goes,
Ed
"How do you know?"
Norton's is.
No, that obviously. I watched that already.
Yeah.
But he made it seem like there's a possibility it could be.
Well, I mean, there's a
He's not-
possibility that they all could be, right? We've got Daredevil, as in Elektra. We've got, in the MCU through Deadpool. So,
Yeah.
based on that, it was part of that Universal collection that was taking place over. Actually, it was Daredevil was Fox, wasn't it?
Daredevil was Fox. Yes.
I can't remember who Universal was. Was it just the Hulk that Universal had?
It might have been just the Hulk. I mean, the only
Either way, have we seen pictures of Eric Bana recently?
No.
And Eric Bana, who played Bruce Banner, just to confirm.
Not to confuse anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way you see Eric Banner as his version of the Hulk is if they did a World War Hulk movie or Battle World and Secret Wars or Doomsday or something like that. I feel like that's the only time you would have that potential. I see that as being unlikely. Never say never, because they've done other things, obviously. But
So you guys feel good about it not going to the list?
I feel good about it not going to list for two reasons. Number one, I don't think it's all that likely that he comes back and reprises his role. And number two, I really don't want to add, because you have literally 137 items on here, and I don't want to make it 38 because 37.
You're gonna make it 38 because we've all forgotten one that has to go on the list.
Oh no! Do I have to update the spreadsheet again?
You know what it is?
I mean, there's 137 on there that we've chosen. So, what's slipped through the cracks?
The Punisher special.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
right. and that actually needs to go.
It has to go.
It does. It needs to go in there. All right, I'm gonna add it, Matt. Listen, you did this to yourself. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to be accurate here.
No, I get it. I get it.
So okay, does it go? It's getting released before Spider-Man, right?
It is, and it actually takes place during Born Again season 2.
Okay.
So it has to go in between Daredevil Born Again season 2 and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Okay.
All right, so I have to update all of this now. Oh, you're right. Damn it. So
I
now Vision Quest becomes 137. Oh. All right. It's been updated though. It's done.
Maybe Vision Quest won't be 137. Maybe Vision Quest doesn't come out before Avengers.
I think it's coming out.
They were saying August or September.
Yeah,
We'll see.
the fall.
We'll see.
But we may have to add Endgame back into this, because from what I've read,
New Endgame.
it's a new Endgame in September. That is,
They're
it's like 85% the same movie or 90% the same movie, but there have been bits that have been added for them to connect it a little bit more to Doomsday rather. So we may have to re-add that in here. You may have to go to the cinema now.
Do you know what I've heard that they're re-adding as well is Blade? So you might have to go redo Blade because they're going to reshoot Blade and they're going to add some scenes into that.
Yeah. And they're going to add more nipples.
Yeah.
I'm not rewatching her.
But Luke Cage, they've also gone back and re-edited Luke Cage so it fits better with Daredevil Born Again. So you're going to have to go back and watch. What was the next lowest ranked one we can make a rewatch?
I'll give up.
I don't know.
Don't make you watch Elektra again.
Yeah. No, so just quickly on the Eric Bana Hulk movie. It's not. I don't think it's that bad a movie. I just think it's not a Hulk movie.
Not that great either. Yeah.
No, it's Ang Lee he was the director behind like Crouching Tiger and stuff, and it's visually beautifully crafted storytelling piece that probably wasn't right for a superhero movie.
No.
They were trying to make it too artistic.
I feel like that's like the opposite of why Kevin Smith wouldn't be great at directing a big superhero movie, because he would just have them all talking at headquarters for the entire time.
I mean, we've already seen a Kevin Smith superhero movie in some sense. That final end credit scene where they're eating shawarma from the first Avengers.
Yeah, that is
Kevin Smith. Like, it would be them eating and then having a debrief. They'd be like, "Oh my god, do you remember when I did this?" Cut to action scene directed by somebody else. That would be the way it is. Yes, no, absolutely. The Hulk does not have to go on a list. Please tell said friend.
Pete, you can go kick rocks.
Yeah, unanimous choice to abandon it and delete it from existence.
Okay, perfect.
So
we touched base on both the things I wanted to discuss.
I was going to say that wasn't really a tangent. That was more about what.
That was actually
the Hulk was on your list.
On brand.
Okay, so what if season 1?
Yes.
All right, so you guys said visually stunning, like, yes, definitely. But my question is, before I tell you guys what I thought about it, is it necessary? Did we need what ifs? I understand it's kind of like the other things that happen in the comics that you never see a movie on, and it's like feeding into the comic book nerds and like extra stuff. And I understand and I know that some of it does get touched on again in later movies. Mm-hmm. But did we really need what if?
Oh, so go on, Luke, you go first.
So, I mean, an argument could be made for either way. But I do think it's fun to see how things could have potentially panned out. Having Peggy Carter become Captain Britain, like, that's cool. Like, that is an interesting thing to see. And honestly, in a lot of ways, Peggy Carter becoming Captain Britain makes a hell of a lot more sense than Steve Rogers becoming Captain America. She's already got military intelligence. She's part of the British force, British Armed Forces. She's got the right, like, personality makeup for it, and obviously she's got technical hand-to-hand combat skills. You put all that together, you create a fantastic soldier. That's cool to see. It's something that, obviously there are comic books about it, and now we get to see that in another physical medium. But, do we need it? No, I don't think we do need it. But I think it's a 15 to 20 minute piece of fun content.
Oh, they're not 15 to 20 minutes. My friend.
Oh, they're like 40 minutes. You're right.
They're 40 minutes.
They're like 40, but still, it's fun. Like, that's a great episode with her becoming Captain Britain.
No, I'm not saying that any of these are bad episodes. I just felt like it's a lot of show. And I remember when they were coming out around the time there was a lot of other content.
I think that's the issue.
And I think that right now we didn't need them. I felt like if there was a lull in things, maybe that was the time to release them. But watching,
I think the last few months, we've done a whole lot.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's a lot for not getting a lot, if that makes sense.
I think for all the reasons you listed before is why it should exist. The fan service, the opportunity to have this, the fact that they used the right voice actors, so they were allowed to explore stories that they would have cost them hundreds of millions to explore outside of that. But I think the biggest point to all of this is the Watcher.
Yeah.
Because I think as we move forward,
that's a good point.
Watcher might well have a role to play in what's to come. This idea of universe jumping, things going on. It builds on the back of Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. It's this idea that there's all of these multiverses out there, which we know we're about to get more of. So I think right now, I think you're right to ask that question. I think if we get to the end of Secret Wars and the Watcher hasn't played a really instrumental part in how that gets constructed, I'll be on your side. But for now, I'm hoping that that's what this was all about.
I concur. I forgot about the Watcher's involvement throughout the entire thing. You're right. If to your point, if it doesn't pan out that way, then sure. But it is pretty pivotal. But it's the same thing. Like we talked about it before. what if there was a what if Star Wars? Like, how fun would that be? Like, it's yes, it's fan service. Do we need these things? No, we potentially might, depending upon how things play out. But it's a fun call to to fan service, to give all these comic book fans an opportunity to see things in a visual medium that they may not have enough story for, or may not have a budget for, to do something live action or timing. I mean, you can do that Captain Britain. How long did it take for them to make that Captain Britain episode for 45 minutes? Maybe it took them a month. Maybe it took them 2 weeks. Who knows? But how long would it have taken if they'd have made a movie out of that?
Well, I'm not saying that they weren't fun. I'm not saying that they weren't, enjoyable to watch. I just don't think it was necessary. I think that's my distinction. Like, I definitely enjoyed watching it. I just and I maybe they'll get the Watcher back in, but my recollection was that this came out around the same time they were still in this whole Kang dynasty, so there really wasn't a plan. And maybe they now are going to bring it back around. And I'll get to like where I think they could go with it, like when I get to like the episodes.
I think with the Kang dynasty, the only shift we're going to see is it's not going to be Kang that's brought everyone together.
It's going to be
Kang dynasty. It's going to be Doom that does it and causes all these multiverses to have to work together or against each other, however it plays out. I just think they've effectively gone and transposed that character and tweaked what they've needed to do that. And I think this was always meant to be part of that story. You're right, absolutely. Like the multiverses, the idea that there's all these different versions out there, and Kang sussed it out and was interacting with his other versions of himself in order to become the ruler of everything. In this scenario, I think it's going to be Doom. But
we'll see. We'll see if the Watcher does pop back around. If he isn't in the Avengers movies, then I think they should have put a hold on the what ifs.
Yeah,
I just think it's all just too much stuff. I think, and we were talking about that last week also with Star Wars, that when you kind of just get inundated with all the stuff, it like takes away from how fun it actually is.
Yeah.
It just gets too much.
But you're right. This did. Sorry, Luge. Go on.
No, go on. No, you go. Go.
I was gonna. You're right. It did come out when we were getting a dearth of things where Disney were trying to fill out what the content they had. But it was also good, and a lot of the stuff they were giving us then wasn't great. I do think this was really, really good. And I remember it took me a while to get around to watching it, and when I got into it, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is what I wanted to see." But I also went with the impression that each episode was going to be its own individual story. And then you get to the last episode of the season and you're like, oh, it's all come around.
Yeah.
And then we've got the zombies, which is a spin-off of this.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel zombie stuff, which is a direct spin-off of this.
The only other thing I would add to it is that, dissimilar to a lot of the stuff we were getting at the time from Disney Plus, Marvel, the Winter Soldier, the WandaVision, all of those things which connected to the larger MCU, this what could be in its own little bubble. And maybe they can take some stuff from it, like the Watcher, or like Captain Britain, like they did with Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness and all that. But I don't think anybody here, or anyone listening or watching, has to watch What If to be able to follow the larger MCU. It can just be its own thing, which I think is kind of nice. You don't have to have that connection to anything else, which at the time wasn't the case. Like, you have to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier if you're going to understand Brand New Day or Brave New World. Sorry, Brave New World.
What it does do is it fills out the back catalog of characters.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Secret Wars and we're supposedly getting this whole battle between all these different places, it'll be an opportunity to see, Killmonger's Black Panther. T'Challa's possibly T'Challa in some forms, Star-Lord, multiple variations of Thor, all of these different things. We can get to see those, and it explains it away.
Maybe, and we'll see. We'll see what we actually get. But I do think that it's not this big difference though between necessary, like you needed to watch, Falcon and Winter Soldier to understand the future, like everything else. And it just being fan service. And just because it's fan service doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't have to get made, but maybe didn't have to be released when it was released.
But I actually think this was, to counter your point, I think this was that. This was the thing that you could just pick up and watch and you didn't have to watch everything else.
No, right. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because you didn't have to, it also didn't have to be released when it was released.
Yeah, but also at that time, people were complaining, I can't watch everything.
But then stop releasing, guys.
No, so give them something that's not connected, that doesn't have to flow into that storyline, that doesn't have to be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier to follow on to Captain America 4, to follow on to, you know, like all of these different things. But yeah, I do take your point. Yeah. I
was the person that stopped watching, and I didn't care if it was connected or not connected. I was just so underwater with so much Marvel. I was like, I can't. And I stopped all of it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I think you're right. I think that show, if it was released within the last 12 to 18 months, might have been received. I'm not saying it wasn't received well, but I do think your feelings would probably be a little bit different because it was released at that time when just so much crap all at once.
It's what we talked about last time, like you said, with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But then the joy of this is the way that streaming works. It's just available for you to watch when you want to watch it, man. You don't have to watch it the day it comes out. You don't have to be like me and Luch with Daredevil. Okay, you don't have to be that person. Me and Luch clearly have that addictive personality where we have to.
The counterpoint to that, though, is that if you don't watch it when it comes out, they may take those ratings as being negative, and they may not bring the show back for another season or whatever, which is what I think personally happened with Starfleet Academy. That plus a lot of people hating on the show, just internet trolls and whatnot. I think that's what led to them making that ultimate decision, which I still think sucks, and it still makes me mad. But I don't want to go into that tangent. I will stop myself before.
That is the joy of streaming services, is if in 3 years' time they go, actually, that's been really successful, they can bring it back. I mean, what's the Lisa Kudrow one? The Comeback? Well, we've had 3 seasons over 14 years. Like,
I think so. Yeah.
HBO were just like, hey, now's the time. Let's do it again. Let's check back in. That's available.
And that show would work because you could have like Starfleet Academy, the new class, like they did with Degrassi and everything else.
Saved by the Bell, the new class.
Yeah, exactly. Or Saved by the Bell. That's what I was talking about. Saved by the Bell.
Okay, so overall, we've ranted about why it was needed. What we've not discussed is what you thought about the actual show.
That's true.
And now she's going to be like, it was the greatest thing I've ever watched. It was amazing. It was Marvel at its absolute peak. And I think it was brilliant.
Definitely not. I think it was fine. It was enjoyable. But it wasn't something that I would ever say to somebody, oh my God, you absolutely have to watch this. And there's been fun things I've watched during this rewatch that I've told people you need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm watching it, yes, I'm enjoying it. The stories are fun, but I would not say this is a must watch.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, with your lowest score being Cloak and Dagger season 2, which was a 0.5,
which they've re-edited and added in some pieces, so you need to go back and rewatch.
I'm giving season 1 a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's not unenjoyable. It's just fine.
It's the type of show.
You got 3 6s in a row. Mallory, you sure you don't want to change that score?
No, not at all.
Honestly,
She's just getting concerned that you are going to summon somebody, right, by having 3 6s in a row. Dave Grohl's going to pop out of the earth with horns and a guitar just to fight off against the world's greatest rock band.
Oh, you mean Tenacious D?
Oh, that would be the one. This is not the song. This is just a tribute, though.
Exactly.
No, this is the type of show where you're right. You wouldn't say you should definitely watch this series, but you could absolutely say you should watch this episode, and it wouldn't impact people whatsoever.
I think that's the perfect show.
But there's no episode that I've watched so far that I would ever tell anybody, "Oh my God, you need to watch this."
I mean, let's go back and rewatch this. I really remember
that first episode. I thought that first episode was amazing.
I really remember enjoying the Captain Britain episode.
Yeah.
Nah. Sorry.
Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know.
I'm also so inundated.
But also, maybe you're
good-
coming off of two things that you didn't really enjoy in Loki season 2 and Blade Trinity. That maybe that could be like, maybe you would feel better if you watched this after Endgame.
No, I think I would hate it more because Endgame
Really?
was
No,
so
because
good.
you're coming off that high, maybe? All right.
Yeah. Maybe if I watched Luke Cage and then watch this, it'd be higher. But I mean,
Every
listen,
opportunity. I'm just going to say it again. Heroes for Hire.
So
now.
what we've got there, though, is we've got a great opportunity to play on words, because Heroes for Hire could be the show you watch in order to bump up the next show. We're just going to change that higher to a HIGHER rather than a HIRE.
No, I mean, look, it was just fine. Like, I didn't love them. I didn't think any episode was like phenomenal. I thought I enjoyed the graphics more than I enjoyed the show, if that makes sense.
So watch zombies when you get an opportunity.
Yeah,
Zombies
watch.
on your
Yeah.
list. Did we ever put zombies on the list?
I don't think we put zombies
I
on the
wasn't
list.
supposed to watch any cartoons except for What If.
Yeah.
That's true. She did say that.
Groot.
That's really not.
That was like, those are like 4 minutes long.
No, and that's also not like, that's not a cartoon. That's like computer. It's different.
Okay.
You're not gonna close my eyes every time Groot's on the screen and
Bearing in mind then that you've got another 2 seasons of this to watch next.
I know.
I don't think I finished season 3.
I did not finish season 3 either.
No.
I definitely got I think I got halfway through.
No.
So, and maybe that's why my question is if it was necessary, just because I also didn't find it like fantastic. I feel like if they were more enjoyable, maybe I would be like.
The what if series of comic books is just that, though. It is 1 issue, 2 issues, whatever it is, a really small short story, and that's it. It's done. You know,
I also think for me, I think I enjoy talking it out more than I enjoy necessarily watching it. Like, I'd rather sit here and discuss What If with you guys and I'd be fine never seeing it come to life.
That is such a lawyer thing to say. I would rather sit and talk about the 3-minute thing that happened for 6 weeks.
See, what I'm waiting for is for you to compare What If, any of the 3 seasons, to number 106.
What's 106?
106 is is it 106 now? Oh, you've updated the list.
No, but it's still Eternals because everything is updated.
Yeah, it's still Eternals, everything. Yeah.
But I also didn't love the Eternals when I watched it either.
Yeah. Me either, to be fair.
Yeah. It was one of the few. I think it was the only time in any Marvel movie that I've seen in the cinema. I've only ever walked out of a theater twice, and one of them was Suicide Squad. I forget what the other movie was, but it was really bad. But that one I almost did. I was like, this is a giant bag of trash.
I didn't think it was that bad. It was. Do you know what my problem was? I think we got to this point, right? And I remember watching the Eternals in the cinema, and then I remember watching. What else was there? It would have been Guardians 3. And there was a few of them that came out. I was just like, it is beat by beat the exact same thing. Like, I can tell you that 1 hour and 40 minutes into this film, there is going to be an action sequence where there's going to be a big, like, it just reached that point, and I just felt like I was just falling asleep in the cinema because I was just like, there's nothing new to these stories. Maybe that's been a problem with Phase 3 or whatever they've called it these days.
Whatever the hell it is. I remember just being super disappointed that instead of seeing Shang-Chi in the cinema, we saw the Eternals instead. And then watched Shang-Chi afterwards when it came out on Disney Plus. And I was like, that was a mistake. Like, that would have been great to see on the big screen. I don't know why we made the choice of one or the other. I feel like they came out didn't they come out around the same time? Like within a couple of months of each other?
They would have been that series.
That series, yeah. I remember just being very disappointed with myself. Like, that was a bad choice.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely interesting.
I did think about What If is I think it does set up how they can get ScarJo into Doomsday.
Well, the issue with that is that ScarJo was one of the actresses that didn't voice her character.
It's true, she didn't.
Did she not?
Nope. Lake Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, well, who cares? She could still come do it.
No, I mean she could. She absolutely could. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
If she's not too busy on the set of Batman with Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Oh, because Sebastian Stan's not in Doomsday? Like, come on.
They've already filmed it.
Yeah.
They're past that.
So, I mean, I'm just saying it sets up how she could be in it. I think it makes sense, but we'll see. We'll see.
We will see. I mean, it was also it's an interesting place to bring back characters that weren't always the biggest characters. So, Toby Jones's Armand Zola being able to bring like little people back that maybe Batroc was in it, wasn't he? Like, do you know what I mean? There was characters who they just used really briefly, and you were like, oh, we can see more of that.
Yeah,
see more of him, more of them. So, yeah, okay.
I did find it interesting. Was probably the last episode, where the Winter Soldier comes. And in front of Peggy and Daddy Stark, and the two of them are like he looks just like him, which then makes me angry because Peggy knew that Bucky was the Winter Soldier, and she didn't tell Cap before she died. He went to visit her all the time, and she never once went, oh, by the way, Bucky's still alive?
Different universe.
Different universe, yeah.
Are you sure? I think that's the correct universe.
None of this What If takes part in the 616.
No.
So you're saying our Peggy had no idea, but that Peggy did? That's BS. I call shenanigans.
Yes. Remember, she found it. If you know, in the Carter stuff, she gets cut out of those files an awful lot. Maybe they cut her out of that file.
She was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Some files just don't get shared. Okay.
Yeah, but when was the Winter Soldier's first mission, though? I feel like it was it Vietnam?
I don't know, but let's see that as a TV show.
That would be fun.
What if? What happened? Oh, not even a
what if the missions of the Winter Soldier?
No. What if? Just make it a show.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You're right. Just make it a show. Make it a show, and so we can see. And you know what? You could have real fun with that. Is you could actually tie it into proper political things that happened around the world, like assassinations and stuff. And
oh, absolutely, 100%.
Kennedy
totally do that.
Wasn't the whole thing that he actually killed JFK?
Well, I was gonna say you could totally make it that Kennedy was him, and you can play those games. There was a great episode, tangent here coming, guys, so drink. Red Dwarf, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show. I know
I've seen bits and pieces of it. It looks like fun, though.
It's a good show. I do think you'd like it. I think you'd like it more now as a Star Trek fan as well.
That's what I've heard. I feel like I would, because I feel like I tried when I was living in Liverpool.
It's Star Trek for working class people. Like, the idea is that he's a janitor on a big Star Trek ship, and then there's a leak and he survives, and it's who he's stuck with. But there's an episode of that where they travel through time, and they go back to the Kennedy killings, and they're like, I can't see anything from here. Hey, look, there's a building. Let's go see. And what they do is they stop the Kennedy assassination because they're in the window looking out. And then they go further forward in time, and it's turned into a hellscape because actually Kennedy being alive just led to a full-on nuclear war with Russia, and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's quite an interesting sort of take.
It would be crazy to tell like the hippies who hated LBJ that Kennedy would have been the better choice. That Kennedy would have been the worst choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely interesting though. Anyway, so tangent sofa. I had an update for you. Having watched The Amazing Spider-Man last time, I think we talked about Marvel stuff. Mallory, you said you thought the kiss in The Amazing Spider-Man was more romantic than the upside down kiss. Yeah. And I can confirm you're right. Much better.
Right?
And now I feel like I have to watch it now too. I feel like I have
sexier. It's definitely sexier.
Cooler, sexier, like yeah, absolutely.
And the Tobey Maguire kiss gets all like the love and the emulation. Yep. But no, the Andrew Garfield kiss is where it's at.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
Thank you.
Totally with you.
Here.
Well, I also think that Andrew Garfield's version of Peter Parker Spider-Man is a much hipper and cooler version. I feel like he plays Peter Parker the more like he is in the comics, where he's quirky, yes, but he's also witty and fires back and has comebacks. Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker really wasn't that way, at least not when we saw it mostly.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is better, but I do think Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is better. The uncomfortable, nerdy side of him is better. Andrew Garfield's just a bit too cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is cool, Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
But I think he's cool when he's in the suit. I think when he's out of the suit, he's still a bit too cool. Whereas I think Tobey Maguire's nerdy first two, not the third one, first two is pretty good.
Yeah, the third one not so much. That got a little strange.
Speaking of Peter Pan versus Spider-Man, a few weeks ago, months ago, we had
Peter
the whole
Pan versus
Peter Pan.
Spider-Man. Peter Parker.
Did I say Peter Pan or Peter Parker?
You said Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Also Peter Pan.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man in green. Have we ever seen that?
The Goblin, maybe.
So, I'm gonna retry that. Speaking of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, weeks ago, like one of our first episodes, we talked about Bruce Wayne versus Batman and who's the best Batman versus who's the best Bruce Wayne and whatever. And I mentioned to you guys this whole like nerd conversation with one of the court officers, and that came up, and unprompted, he said, George Clooney is such a good Bruce Wayne, horrible Batman, and Christian Bale, amazing Batman, horrible Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
No, I should have actually told him to listen to the podcast because he'd agree with us on everything.
I feel like he would, except for Eric Banner.
He didn't say that. It wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't him? Okay.
No, it was my friend.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't. That's not even a conversation with Spider-Man, though, is it?
It's not.
Tom Holland.
It's Tom Holland both ways.
It's Tom Holland.
Tom Holland both ways.
I will say, I think Tom Holland's still a little too cool. As
he's got the nerdy, like he scores better across both.
Yeah,
he scores better.
Andrew Garfield would be a 9 as Spider-Man and maybe a 6 as Peter Parker, and then reverse that. Whereas Tom Holland's like 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that I think I feel that way because I'm looking at a Peter Parker from the late, 29, the late 20 teens, early 2020s, right? And I think nerd culture has gotten to that point over the last, let's say, 8 years to a decade, where it's cool to be a little quirky and nerdy and like the comic books and do those kind of things and build, Lego Death Star with your buddy. Like, I feel like, so yes, I do think he is cooler than the Tobey Maguire Peter Parker. I think in taking it into context, the time period it takes place, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
See, I feel like if Tom Holland was back in the early 2000s when Tobey Maguire was doing it, I feel like you would agree he's too cool for a 1999 2000 nerd. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense.
So I think
go on. And say he's also, which I think was a smart choice on their part. They put him in a science and tech high school.
Yeah.
Which is a thing in the city. In like New York City, we have magnet high schools. We have to apply to get in, and they're specialized. And I thought it was smart. And maybe, I don't know if it's that way in the comics. I don't know if that was really that way in like the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield ones, or if it was just kind of alluded to.
No, it's Midtown High in both of those.
Midtown High in both,
it's very clearly a science and technical high school. Yeah. So it's a high school full of nerds, and he's still like the one getting picked on.
I mean, so going back to what Luke was saying, society's changed. When we were in school, you could be from one group. You could be the sporty guy, but you couldn't then also be in an emo band and read comics, right? They were very distinct categories. And I mean,
you had your group of people that you were assigned by whatever you chose to do or not do.
Yeah, and I mean, 21 Jump Street jokes about it, doesn't it?
It does,
yeah. That's where they joke about it, because they go back and it's just like, I don't get it anymore. The nerds are cool. What happened? So, yeah. And you're right. Tom Holland fits into that maybe a little bit better.
I just think he's so British. I know Andrew Garfield's British, but I just feel like Tom Holland's more British, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like when Andrew talks, I feel like he's more British than
Well, I just feel like because Tom Holland's so British, it also gives him cool points.
I mean, I just want to see the Amazing Spider-Man 3. I think he deserves his trilogy.
I think he does deserve it, and I just wonder if they would ever greenlight that. There was talk about it for a minute, wasn't there?
There was, and there was on the back of the last Spider-Man film. There was talk about it, but they also said that Venom, as in Tom Hardy's Venom, exists in that world. So there's that possibility, because we've also got all of those really crappy villain movies existing in that world as well. So the possibility is there. The possibility is there.
And I think you would jump on it because the reaction to him being back in the suit, obviously with Toby and Tom Holland, like it was like he deserves his trilogy. He got shortchanged during that.
And I mean, I've watched the kids have watched that Spider-Man film, and so they've seen that scene, but they hadn't previously watched the other ones. So we're up to Amazing Spider-Man 2 now. We'll be rewatching them. So I can't wait to get to that point where we can watch that, and then they can go, like, they know it's coming. They've seen it. It won't, but it'll click like it's not clicked previously. That's who these two Spider-Men are. Like, they'll be like, oh my God, they're the other Spider-Man, which is exactly how we all reacted in the cinema.
Oh yeah.
Just so good. So good. I totally meant to say in the last podcast, we were talking about Star Wars, that I remember going to watch, it must have been episode 3 at the cinema, midnight screening, and it being one of my favorite cinema experiences ever, because there was just so much excitement about it. And there was people in full Jedi outfits, there was lightsabers. It was just that level of excitement. Yeah, I do love that. I've also made Jack sit and watch New Hope.
You have? How do you find it?
He protested.
Okay.
Right. He swung between, why are we watching this? I want to watch the Muppets, to why are they flying those spaceships, to oh my God, he's just died. Why are we watching this? I want the Muppets. Oh my God. So I segued into it because I found the episode of the Muppets with Mark Hamill, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2. And so going way back to our Muppet Star Wars thing, they've done it. Darth Vader was Gonzo, and he was the bad guy.
Oh my God.
It was obviously Leia. Yeah, it's there. There's a whole episode where they go off into space, and that's part of what's taking place there.
That's funny.
Star Wars has been the theme for me because I've picked up Knights of the Old Republic again.
Oh.
Mallory, Nintendo Switch, there's a Star Wars pack, and it's like 5 or 6 games, inclusive of Knights of the Republic 1 and Knights of the Old Republic 2, which are the 2 best Star Wars games ever created.
Phenomenal games.
So,
I'm really going along with Pokemon Fire Red right now, trying to be the very best that no one ever was.
Yep.
So I'm busy.
Okay, fair. Maybe I'll introduce it to you when we meet up, because Molly will definitely be taking the Nintendo with her.
How do you charge it? You bring the whole thing?
No, just plug it in. It's USB-C.
Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't know that.
Mallory just docks it. She's never looked at what she's docking it in. It's USB-C.
100%.
Yeah. No, it's Knights of the Old Republic is a D&D based game, role based game. It's fantastic, but it's set in the Star Wars universe, and all the decisions, you've got like 3 choices, different conversations, how you go about missions, defines what powers you can access, and then it affects the way your character looks, and affects whether they're light or dark.
That does sound fun. All right, fine, I'm gonna have to buy it.
It is fun. I remember playing it on PC way back when, and it might have been one of the first PC games that I played, and then I found WoW for a little while, and then I got out of that, and then I almost fell back into WoW in Liverpool, and I'm glad I avoided it, because that's kind of thing that just takes over your entire life.
So much so that KOTR, or Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 have been, 2001, 2004, something like that.
Yeah. I was in middle school when those games came out.
When they announced the most recent round of Star Wars games, there's a Knights of the Old Republic game mentioned in that list that people are very excited for, mainly because the graphics will receive an upgrade. The other side to it is, I think you can get it a lot cheaper on your iPhone or your iPad. because I'm
You
definitely
can, but I'm excited because I think they're going to be they are remastering it. I think
yeah.
obviously new graphics, new content, and stuff, but it's going to be coming out on all the next gen systems as well, PS5.
Yeah.
And so I am looking forward to that. There's a lot of good games coming out soon. I feel like the PlayStation 5 had like no games for a really long time, and then all of a sudden it's like this year I'm getting everything.
Yeah.
Logan and Grand Theft Auto 6 and
Logan, Grand Theft Auto 6. And my personal favorite at the moment I'm excited about is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remastered.
Oh, is that coming out on the 5?
That's coming out on the 5.
Oh,
Be a
I
pirate
have to
again.
pick up that too.
That was my favorite one because you could just be a pirate and then you could get sidetracked into the whole I'm just going to go be a pirate and sail the 7 seas and raid other people's ships and improve mine.
Oh, that's good to know. I did not realize that.
It's coming to. How's Pokemon?
Really good. I have 6 badges. Thank you very much. I'm right now in the Safari Zone. And what I really enjoy about it is that they did not upgrade the graphics. So it's still like all pixelated and I love it.
Yeah. Gives it its authenticness. We've got Pikachu. Whatever the Pikachu one is that came out. Pikachu, I Choose You or something. It's basically Pokemon Go. And you can link your Pokemon Go to it.
That's cool.
All
My games are like the games I played on my N64.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, like I play Pokemon,
Mario Kart, Pokemon,
and
Mario. Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Oh, it's GoldenEye on the Switch.
Yeah. Didn't I give you
his face?
Aren't you on our family plan?
I'm hanging up this call, and I'm going to go play some GoldenEye. That's mine and Jim's weekend sorted. You don't understand.
I was so bad at GoldenEye. I was so bad. Well, I never played any first-person shooters because I was so bad at that one.
It scarred you for life.
It scarred me for life, yeah.
Well, also, if you're not on our family plan and you want to get on our family plan, I'll tell you after the call how much it is, and that includes GoldenEye.
Oh, okay. It might have to happen. Okay. Yes.
Wait, before we go on, do we have to kick Luch off?
I was going to say we are at that point. We're 20 minutes past that point.
Oh, so maybe we don't.
And
have
I'm
to
still here, so
yeah. So
maybe we're good.
Maybe. Let's not risk it.
I'll stay. Let's risk it.
I mean, I think we've done about 40 minutes there.
We have actually 47 minutes. I just checked.
Yeah. But 7 of that I think was just us chatting because I pressed record and we spoke. Because it was I wrote 11:02, so we must have started at 10:32.
Okay.
So we're good.
We're gonna just go, yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so I've got a question for you guys. Every year I used to have the amazing Cineworld pass, and then I had kids, and with 1 I still got to go to the cinema. With 2 I occasionally got to go to the cinema, and with 3 I never get to go to the cinema. But last year I talked about it. I signed up, and I think I saw it was Superman.
Yeah, you saw a bit last year.
Yeah, but I think it was only 4 films or 5 films, but it was over that sort of 2.5 month period, which meant that paying for a 3-month pass at the Odeon this time, because now I've upgraded and the nearest cinema theatre is an Odeon, but it's also an Odeon that only has fancy seats. Oh. Everything's a recliner, a 2-seated recliner with your own drinks table. It spins around and does all that sort of stuff. Fun. Yes, it's pretty good. But the question is do I do it again this summer? And I was having a look to see what comes out. And then it becomes, when do I take it?
I think that's the key. I don't think it's so much as if, it's when.
Yeah.
Tell us how it works. Like, you have 3 months from when you start it?
So basically it's like £20 a month, but the minimum subscription is 3 months.
Okay. And when you say, does it have to start on the 1st?
Whenever you start it. So
let's say if you start on like the 5th, you have until 3/5 later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely an interesting one because obviously you've got some good films coming out this summer, again. But also, I mean, you don't mind seeing a bad film if you pay for it.
No, that's so true because we used to do that at Cineworld when we had the Cineworld's pass. We used to pretty much go see everything, whether we were interested or not, because worst case scenario, it sucks. We walk over to Mackey's, we pick up a burger, and we go home. Like,
that's a lie. Don't lie, Luch. We'd pick up a Mackey's first. We'd load it in from multiple pockets and hoodies, and then we'd go to the cinema and watch it. I mean, two of my other favorite cinema experiences were doing exactly that. There was the time that we went to see Magic Mike, and Luch was sat on the inside.
God.
So the most uncomfortable I've ever seen Luch in a cinema ever. Kate was having the time of her life.
Oh, she was having so much fun.
And I was just laughing because Luch was so uncomfortable. His masculinity was under so much attack from watching Magic Mike. He didn't know what to do with himself or where to look. And the other was Les Mis.
Oh,
When we finished a shift at Blockbuster, you and Potter went to see Les Mis, and I was like, I'm just gonna go fall asleep. Like, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm really not interested. And I went and saw it, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
I think I saw that movie at that Cineworld on Edge Lane.
Yeah.
I think 3 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Les Mis is my absolute favorite Broadway show.
Never seen it on Broadway.
Movie is garbage.
See.
I've never seen
Movie
it.
is
I've
one
never
of
seen
the
the Broadway show.
worst.
I've seen it in the movie.
Horrible. Garbage. They changed 2 songs around and ruined Fantine.
There you go.
Garbage. All right, I've already decided for you.
Okay. When?
Now, are you
What
using
date?
our release dates? Because
What
theirs
film?
might be different.
Shit. I didn't even look at UK. Hold on, I may not have decided.
There's not going to be a lot of difference anymore. There's not.
Oh,
It's
sure.
not like it used to
Used-
be where there
like
was
it
huge
used to be, yeah.
differences.
All right, so I
Um,
think you should do it.
Yep.
The end of May.
Okay.
Because May 22nd, there around is when Mandalorian Grogu comes out.
Okay.
But you also don't need to necessarily see that movie right when it comes out. You're not going to care. So I think you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room.
I
It
like
gives you wiggle room on the back end, so you don't have to feel rushed to watch everything.
Okay.
Because you
I
know it's going to
think
be in the
end of
cinema
May.
for at least a month.
I mean, I think you're getting 2 weeks these days, depending on how successful it is.
So you
But
got to.
that-
So you probably have to sign up for the pass. June 1.
Yeah, it'd be around then.
Yeah, because
But
then
you
you
know, I'm
get
not in the country then.
no. So either when you get back or right before you do it when you get back.
When you get back.
Yep.
Unless you're planning, you can see Mandalorian Grogu before you leave.
Yeah, I could probably squeeze it in there someday before I leave.
Then I think I would do it just to not risk it leaving.
Yeah.
And then because if you do it like maybe right before you leave, whenever you can squeeze it in, you get it in, because then it gives you through the end of August. And I'm not seeing a lot of exciting August releases, but then it gives you, because you have all of August, it leaves you the time to extend out your June and extend out your July without feeling rushed.
Yeah. I like that. It's good logic. And what would you recommend that I'm seeing during that time?
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I
Yeah.
mean, again, that's
Right.
when I said if it's a bad movie, you don't mind so much. If you paid
Yeah.
20 quid up front and you're getting all these films, you're like, well, actually, if it's a bad experience, who cares?
Right. Well, and then obviously Supergirl, because you're really excited about that.
Ah.
Is The Death of Robin Hood the Hugh Jackman movie?
Mm,
Oh, it is. Yes.
Yeah, I would
That
see
looks
that if
so
you have.
good.
Yeah,
That looks good.
obviously, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, obviously.
The Odyssey.
Odyssey. True. Yeah, I think you have to do it, Max. I think that's the way to go. I think you do it like right before you leave.
Right. And then if
Toy
you're
Story 5?
me, you would throw in Scary Movie and Evil Dead Burn.
Okay. Evil Dead, I'm not so sure about. But who's back? Is everybody back?
For Evil Dead or for a scary
Evil Dead.
movie?
Evil Dead.
Oh no, Evil Dead. It's like a whole. You haven't seen the most recent Evil Dead either. It's not. It's not Ash. It's
Scary
very-
movie. Everyone's back.
See, now, Scary
Including
Movie.
Wayne.
I am excited about Scary Movie. I'm so excited about
I'm-
Scary Movie.
Pumped about Scary Movie.
Even I'm pumped about it because it's the type of scary movie that I'm okay with.
Because it's not a scary movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I recently rewatched the first Scary Movie in anticipation for Scary Movie 6, because obviously I like to watch things leading up. So I will also be watching 2 through 5. And it's just so stupid.
I love
It's so good.
Okay, so all on Paramount Plus. That's the good
Yeah.
news. Scary Movies.
Yeah.
Here
Right.
in UK. So
I did look. Evil Dead Burn definitely will not have what's his face.
okay.
It's
There's also
not
a
even
Jackass movie coming out.
what?
There's a new Jackass movie coming out.
I know.
Yeah.
And I've got to be honest, when I went to see Jackass, was it 4? whatever the last Jackass movie in the cinema was. That was the most I've laughed in the cinema in about 5, maybe even 10 years.
That was a good one.
So
And
good.
it's just because Jackass is Jackass. So it is just funny. Watch it. But
It's even
my
funny now
favorite
that they're
scary
all
movie-
really old.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, like they all got concussions and broken bones this time.
I think they all said that they're done. Like this is actually the last one because their bodies and insurances can't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes in.
The fact that Steve-O is still walking around is incredible.
I mean, he's sober. I'm proud of him.
I'm so proud of him for being sober, and I think that's what's unbelievable is that he is sober and doing this.
That's
Like,
what I'm
that's
surprised.
surprised.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it. No,
But you know
scary
what?
movie.
If
My
he's
feeling-
sober enough, he can't even take pain meds. Like when he breaks something.
Scary movie. My fear is I'm not up to date with the references.
Mm.
I get that, but I also think that they make it as long as they kind of keep with the script. Essentially, I don't know if you need the references.
I only hope my hope is that they just take the piss out of all of the horror since that era. You know what I mean? Like
think they will.
properly, just like this is shit. Let's go back to a slasher stuff. Like I want halfway through the film, I want them to be like trying to build up to the nun and then going, nah, this is a shit story. Let's go back to what we're good at.
Yeah.
So
Well, it also has like one of my favorite like little jokes I've seen in a long time in the trailer. I don't know if you guys have seen it. But so it does come from Scream 6, where they're on the subway and Ghostface stabs somebody, and someone sitting on the subway actually goes, "Oh my god, he's stabbing her!"
Yeah.
And the person getting stabbed goes, "They them."
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I did. Yeah.
I love it. And I already know it's going to offend people. And I think that's what I'm enjoying about it.
That's what I should.
Right. Scary movie always
In
offends
fact,
people.
I might start a protest.
Okay, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I might just start a protest against because I think people would show up and then I'll show up and just go and watch it.
Yeah.
No, but we need them to make the money so they can keep making scary movies.
But a protest would help them make the money because that would get them column inches. People would then go and see it. People would be like, "Why are people offended by it?" It would play. It would play. Okay, so I'm getting the Odeon Cinema Pass for the summer. It's been confirmed.
Yeah. Also, we could talk about it on a different day, but I have some things for you to check out on The Fringe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you
It could
not
be a
gonna
whole
tell me this
episode
yet?
leading into the summer because the Fringe starts. It starts. Is that August? Right? It's like August 1st or 3rd or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's late this year because we were
It's
talking
late.
about it in work because we like to do a social event where we go to the Fringe. We have a team meeting for the day. We do like 10 till 5 team meetings, plan out the year and stuff, and then dinner, shows, drinks.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the joy of living in Edinburgh. Access
Yeah.
to these things.
Do you know how expensive it is just to fly over for The Fringe?
Yeah.
Very. I looked.
And I don't even need to stay. I don't even need to book a room or whatever.
No. It's the flights, though. The
You
flight.
just stay with your in-laws.
I mean, you can stay with the in-laws, or I can put the tent in the garden for you, and you can stay with the kids.
No, I'd stay with the in-laws.
The kids would be like, "Oh my god, Mallory's camping with us."
I'm not camping.
Yeah,
Doesn't
right,
count.
with kids.
I'm staying with your in-laws. Janet, get the stovey.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, well, have we got anything more to add? Luke, you said you had something.
The only thing I have is actually something to show you guys.
Oh, okay.
Bear with me, because
Is it Lego?
it's not actually.
No,
It's actually not.
it's Lego's competitor.
You wanted to show us
Correct.
a story. Mom, Dad, look, I finished it.
In preparation,
As he drops
for-
it on the way over.
in preparation for May.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys have heard of something called BarkBox.
Yeah.
So we have BarkBox, which is a subscription service for the dogs. It sends them toys and stuff every month and things like that. And this month they had a special. And me being a little tired when I was ordering it, it's like you could add these onto your dog's box for the month, like an extra gift for them. I guess I was tired when I was ordering it because I accidentally ordered 2. So the dogs got one, and I took the other for my office, and it is a plushy Mandalorian Razor Crest. And if one of the dogs destroys it, within this is actually a little tennis ball of Grogu and Mando.
Oh, that's cute.
So it's actually designed for them to rip it up, but so far none of them have done that yet. So I will keep you posted as I want to see what's inside the Racer Crest. But I just thought it was very cool.
We've got Mandalorian and Grogu diluting juice. So they've got 2 different flavors, and they did it with Wicked, where they made the different colors, and it's got like a edible glitter inside of it. So they've done that with the juice, and so the kids were like fighting about which one they wanted. I was like, just get them both. And then I'm the only one that's drinking them out.
What I should have done if I was, I guess, more awake when I was placing this order, was gotten a large one for Dozer, which I got, and gotten a little one for Churro, which I did not do. Because it is pretty much the size of so if I hold it this way, I feel like he's about that long. So but he still tries to attack it. So I give him credit. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, that was my little thing. It was just a little
I like it.
Little hangover from last week's Star Wars episode, but I didn't get the box until the weekend. So there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was episode 41 of Not Quite Nerds. Please like and subscribe and do all of those things, and keep commenting. We've had loads of comments about our videos from last week on socials, so please keep commenting, because we do like to engage in these conversations.
We like to, and share it amongst your friends, your family.
On TikTok, we definitely stirred up some thoughts with the underrated characters in Star Wars. Yes, please keep
Not my hatred.
I mean, other people had opinions.
Other people did have opinions. I saw a couple of the.
Every opinion is valid. We want to hear them all.
I didn't know that there was other people in the world that had opinions other than us 3. So that was amazing for me to find out. I was Matt.
I was Luch.
I was Mallory.
Da, da.
Da-na-na-na.